Hi YouTube, this is a demonstration from our Game AI assignment. This assignment tries to demonstrate different types of enemy AI in video games. In this first level, there's two types of enemy AI. The sphere objects follow waypoints around the map, and once the player is in sight or the enemy can hear the player, it'll then follow the player and try and attack it. The square object will do the same, but this will drop breadcrumbs behind itself, and if the player goes out of sight of the enemy by walking behind a wall or just getting too far away from the enemy, it can then follow them breadcrumbs back to the initial point, and then from there it'll then pick a path and it'll follow that path. As you can see, both objects are now following me, and them small spheres are the breadcrumbs. So if I just get behind this wall, you can see the square will then turn around and go back to, there we go, it's following the breadcrumbs and follow them back. Okay, so to complete the levels, you need to pick up all the square objects, and then you can proceed to that big yellow cylinder at the top of the map. Does that follow me? Okay, so that's the completion of the level. I should also add the player can die if the enemies get too close to the player, and it'll just give them a try again screen, which they can press the button and retry the same level. So if you advance, now this level only has the one enemy just for demonstration purposes, but this enemy follows the player, and the player now drops breadcrumbs. So if the enemy loses sight of the player, it can then follow its breadcrumbs instead of looking for the player. So as you can see, the enemy is still following the player, but as soon as I get out of vision or too far away, the enemy will then start following the breadcrumbs instead. I think it's now following the breadcrumbs, I'm not too sure. Let's pick up all the objects. Yeah, it's now following the breadcrumbs. I think I have all the objects. Yeah, okay. So level 3 is the same sort of enemy, except this time there's traps in the map. And if the enemy comes near a trap, it'll then turn around and follow its own breadcrumbs back to its starting point, as the trap will kill the enemy. So once again, the enemy follows the player, and the square, the big rectangle right here, is the trap. If the player runs over that and leaves the breadcrumbs, the enemy, once it gets near it, it'll just turn around and walk back to its original position, waiting for the player to come into vision again. So just trying to get around him. And finish level. Now this last level is very different from the other levels. This uses a nav mesh, and it also has a spawner at the top of the map, and the player can throw grenades at the enemies, and it also has a minimap. So pressing the G key throws a small grenade, and after a second then blows up and it looks for the enemy tag. If the enemy tag is in range, it'll then set off the particle and it'll destroy the enemy. So same features, you just need to pick up the objects and you can complete the level. Don't let them get too close to me. Sometimes the grenades go underneath the map. I think it's due to the camera being too far forward. And that is the end of the game. You can just restart the game and you go back to the main menu.